Cage. Peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Please. Kiss me.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Cage's Kiss, the Nicolas Cage-inspired podcast, in which we explore each of the treasure's cinematic masterpieces, his life, his whimsies, his notions, his fuckwords, if you will. And we draw inspiration, and we give you really sound advice. And the kernels of wisdom, they certainly are kernels indeed. And well, I'm a randomly generated actor, or Adrian.
Oh. And I'm Linda, but this week I'm a shitty fucking cheese.
And you can call me Clem Fandango, otherwise I'm Donnie.
God damn it. Yes, I know who you are, Clem Fandango.
So a shitty cheese. You're like a Kraft single. Yeah.
Hey, Kraft single ain't bad. Put in a grilled cheese, man.
No, I don't put that in my grilled cheese. Thank you.
I tried that again, and it is not how my childhood remembered it.
Some people
You're
think
doing
that
it
a grilled cheese is 2 pieces of white bread and a Kraft single. To those people, I said, "Fuck your mouth."
Wow.
Because the cheese certainly did.
Yeah. Can I just say before we get into this that I really enjoyed the opening of this first episode?
Me too. Actually,
Donnie.
I clapped after it. After
I
the
mean,
intro.
just having him powerfully staring at you and then just saying, "The fuck you looking at?" I'm like, oh, this is like when he put that restraining order on us.
Yeah, it's like when we met him in real life.
I have to concede your point, Linda. On after looking at Mr. Cage hosting this week's content, that you know, he is actually, his appearance is working better now. I think he's aging back into himself.
You know what he is? He's wiggle worthy in this show. This, because like if you're sitting on his face, you're gonna wiggle. He's wiggle worthy.
Oh my.
Yeah. Checks out. Mm-hmm.
There, word of the day, kids.
Yep. Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Yeah. Which is delicious.
If you want to have those things, I'd rather just have me some lemonade.
What? I guess we should talk about what we're talking about.
So, hey, audience, if you know what we're talking about or think you know, just go ahead and write in on Twitter there. And thanks for listening. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, smash that like button. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk to you next week.
Make sure to smash that subscribe button down below.
Make sure to smash that ass.
You guys, I was in my house over 93 a.m. It was really scary, you guys.
So yeah,
We'll give you a
talking
hint.
about the history of what?
Is it
fucking
history
shit.
of cuss words or history of swear words?
Swear
You
words
decide.
on Netflix.
We found a reason to
first
watch
couple.
Netflix again.
Yeah. You did
This
my
is a
dirty
Funny or Die
Netflix.
product. The history of swear words.
Oh, that makes sense because there are a lot of Funny or Die comedians on there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
also a lot of agenda.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. How
you
did
talking about
that
vagina?
lineup? Like, they must have randomly selected the most A-list people. I mean, you guys.
Obviously.
I mean, yeah, fucking Sarah Silverman, right? You're like,
Yes.
she's everywhere.
She's been doing many a
Everywhere.
project.
Oh, I love her.
Yes, every year, frequently several times per year, and she's lauded by large crowds.
Yes, still, she cannot get out of a shower without being snapped pictures of.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Get
Yeah.
with
Okay,
it,
we're
Linda.
talking about the first 2 episodes, which
yes.
are the first one is
It's fuck. It's fuck. Yeah.
and the
this-
second one is shit,
It is shit.
as in fuck this shit. Shit.
Fuck this shit.
I
Make
kind of
no
agree with that.
mistake, baby.
It's actually reminiscent of a song I sing in the morning when I have to go to work.
Well, there was some content on this show. There was some.
There was a little. Yeah.
I mean, the episodes are only 20 minutes, but I do kind of see it as a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's about
How so?
the first episode is like 28 minutes or so, and you get maybe like 8 minutes of actual facts, but the rest is just comedians talking about their use of the words, and then also whose side of culture apparently made the words famous.
Yeah,
It's
so we
kind
got
of like you have the educational stuff, but then it's kind of like I love the '90s or
very
what is it called? We love the '90s or we love the '80s.
Yeah. It was kind of I mean, okay, so yeah, you get some comedians. You know, you get how they like the word, how they like to use the word. It's like, oh yeah, no, shit's just a word, man. Quit stigmatizing the word. Like they have some lexiconographers on there and stuff. You know, like they actually explain the origins of the words "fuck" and "shit." Apparently, the word "fuck" is not based on a Van Halen album. I just learned that just now. Never knew that before.
Sorry, Eddie.
What?
We may get that from the Dutch, but they don't actually give you the roots. Like in German, I know it's ficken. I don't know what it is in Dutch. I didn't look it up.
Well, they said that the earliest instance they could find of it written, it was used in the term like to hit.
Yeah,
so you could fuck somebody up.
which of course it still means because I'd hit it.
Yeah.
Hey-oh!
I
I was one of the people that thought that it was for unlawful carnal knowledge, but
right, or
apparently that's
fornication
wrong.
under consent of king. Those are the two common myths. One of which, the caramel waffles one, is the Van Halen album. The one with the cover, it looks like it's printed on the side of a football. Speaking of missed opportunities, and he says, "Shut up! I love cocaine. Shut the fuck up."
I mean, come on, it's no worse than the Beatles wanting to do a cover where they're all covered in blood with parts of animals with them.
The Yesterday and Today cover, that one was legitimate. They got the doll parts on there, you know, it's kind of eerie, you know, it's like the good version of the Pet Sounds cover. That one makes more sense. I don't know. Like and I'm not dismissing low effort covers or minimalist covers, for the record, although the Diver Down cover also sucks. We're getting off topic. Imagine that.
Funny, like when I first saw that he was doing this, I got so excited because, like, back in college, this is what I wanted to study, was the etymology of swear words and like what made them be considered bad.
Well, we did learn this is something you can major in, as these people showed us. So
I know. I'm so pissed because I decided not to do it because I thought, well, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
We learned that shit was actually an Anglo-Saxon medical term. That was the medical term for feces, apparently.
Yes.
And shit only became a dirty word when we stared shitting alone.
Yeah,
because we all used to shit in groups.
Communally shit together.
Yeah, the family that shits together. How the hell do I know? I don't know nothing. Everything smells like feces. Who am I?
Which reminded me, because like they go into how like you're saying, imagine what a world would be if you could make eye contact with your friends or family as you're shitting.
Like you do when you're jerking off. You know, you just stare right deep into their retina as you jizz.
When they were talking about that, I was like, oh, how nice. Like, how lovely. But it reminded me of like way back when, and we had, I believe we had Kristen on, and I was doing the Would You Rather segment, and I think the scenario was, would you rather have Nicolas Cage watch you every time you're fucking, or would you rather have Nicolas Cage maintaining eye contact with you while you're pooping? Excuse me, shitting. So it applies to
obviously
both
pooping, because otherwise I would see him all the time, because I slay that much pussy.
Yeah,
it's just falling out of my pockets
for the bathroom. You fuck while you're shitting.
That's how Robert Redford does it.
Hey, you know what a blumpkin is? You're about to learn.
Robert Redford is so not gay that his dick never doesn't have a pussy around it.
Yeah.
And that back hole really is exit only. Not even toilet paper goes in there. It's awful. It's just fucking crusted.
He wears pussy for a mink coat in winter.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, who am I wearing today?
Oh my.
They all hung up in the closet like.
We have to get used to the P word because that is an episode coming up where they discuss it.
It's
Pussy.
true. So that brings me to my question. Do either of you have a favorite curse word?
Cunt.
Mine too, cunt. Because like you can use it in so many different ways, like cunt, cunting, cunty.
Oh, and if you're in England, that's just how you say hello. It's like, oh, you fucking cunt. Oh, yeah. Sod off. Nobody says nice words in England. It's all swears.
I love it. It's my place.
Yeah, no, there are only 6 episodes of the show, but none of those episodes is cunt. Not
one of them.
Not even twat.
No.
And it's unfortunate because I know that there was an alumna from our college who wrote a book called Cunt.
Oh, Inga
So she
Musical
could have been
was a Evergreen alumni?
Yep, she was.
I did not.
And it was
know
all
that.
about reclaiming the word.
Yeah, no, I knew a lady my freshman year who was really into that. Yeah, she had a copy of the book and all that.
Cunt. It's a cunt, dear.
What the shitting fuck's going on here?
That's what I'm asking. But something I actually enjoyed with this show was Nicolas Cage offering voiceovers for all of the animated sequences they did.
No, I thought that it was him too, but I think he did. I think he was the
he did a lot
Phineas
of
Cage, at least, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. I thought so too, but I think
who voiced
he was
Phineas
the voice.
Cage?
Well, I'm getting to it. I think Nicolas Cage, I think, did the voice for the little shorts about people who swore when they died, like on their deathbed. But it was Nick Offerman who did all the other voices, except for the female voices.
Oh. Why didn't he do those too? Doesn't he feel equal to it?
Maybe they just said, Nick, we need you for voiceover. And Offerman's like, oh, I think that means me.
Somebody was in that booth named Nick. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly Cage had filmed all 6 episodes in one day. So I mean, and I see that. I mean, it's possible.
Sense. Yeah, that was in his kitchen right there.
Yes.
It's a goddamn Tums festival in here.
Altogether, it's like about 2 hours worth of content, and I'd say that maybe at most a third of it has him.
I you know, he got a paycheck. That's cool.
Yeah, he attended. He attended.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying like he was being a lazy son of a bitch or anything like that. I'm just saying
we're
like
not
I
saying
could
that
see
either.
where
he's
he
just
would
not there in that much. Is what we're saying.
Yeah,
like,
I could see where he could shoot it all in one day.
Yeah.
So to the actually informative parts. On the second episode where they cover shit.
Shit.
They discuss
fucking hell.
Yeah, it's just shit. Yeah, it's just a word. It's like that one comic said. It's okay. No, if you're gonna say it any other way, you got to do like they had actor Isaiah Whitlock Jr. on there, who's famous because in 25th Hour, which was one of the things I really noticed when I saw 25th Hour in the theater, he's the cop, and he's all like, shit.
But then aren't we stealing from another culture?
Yeah, we're stealing from Isaiah Whitlock Jr. in his specific culture because nobody says shit like him. He admits himself that he's the product of 2 different, regions in the United States, both the South and the Midwest.
It's fine. We're white. We can do this.
Well, what else are we for? But I wanted to say a little minute about Mr. Whitlock Jr. Most people probably know him from The Wire, but his first theatrically released movies actually were in 1990, Gremlins 2 and Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm.
He did those in the same year. After in the 80s, he just did a bunch of TV. And he was also in 1408. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, no, he just hit it out of the park right away. It's like everybody's gonna remember my name.
That's awesome.
I'm the shit guy.
And I'm sorry. What did you say he was in as well?
1408. Remember?
Oh, was he the guy who owned
repairman.
or ran the hotel?
No, that was Samuel.
No,
Jackson.
that was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah,
You saw it with me.
He played the repairman, I believe.
I think we were even sober for that one. Yeah, he was the repairman.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been years. Like, I've got a memory like a fucking sieve, so.
That's a shame. That's a really good movie, especially the director's cut.
I appreciated that one. Yeah. I was surprised that it came out decent. So some of the other educational nuggets, though, is that on shit we learned about. They talked about the PMRC, where it was in the mid '80s. Tipper Gore and a bunch of other Washington stuff shirt jerkwads decided that that music was too satanic, too sexual, too violent, too gory. Oh, music's terrible. Yeah, no, they're not playing the box tops anymore. Oh, I can't handle it. So I already knew about that because Frank Zappa and John Denver and most famously Dee Snider told them to go fuck themselves. Dee Snider actually went there and fucking shoved it right the fuck back up Tipper Gore's ass. You could see the video. You could see the full it's like fucking House of Un-American Activities 50s type shit right there.
God, yeah.
It's like some Joe McCarthy type shit because it's a bunch of because Tipper Gore. You get a bunch of people on the left and on the right who decide they're going to be a fuckhead and embrace censorship. And of course, we know it went over because those labels are on all the CDs for people who remember what CDs are.
And if you guys don't know already, listeners, John Denver's the one who sang Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah,
right.
God.
Which was not about drugs. He doesn't like people saying that. He also scratches plane, Country
Isn't he also the one who did, Take Me Home
to the place I belong. Yeah, John Denver's cool, and he's pretty metal because he told Congress to go fuck themselves. Yeah. But what I did not know about the PMRC, which I learned about on this episode, is that the formation of that was actually even though a lot of the songs that they said they were forming it over that they gave for examples were like pop rock stuff like Prince and stuff like that, and of course Twisted Sister. No, apparently at the time they were largely
you gotta say
seen...
it like Nick Cage does. Twisted Sister.
I said it already. I'm not saying it again. People know who Dee Snider is. Fuck.
I just love the way that Nicolas Cage said it.
It was largely seen. I don't give a fuck how he said it. It was largely seen as a backlash against the rising popularity and commercial viability of rap and hip hop. And people saw it in the 80s, the PMRC, as a racist response against rap music and hip-hop music, which I did not realize before, but now that I look back on it, it makes sense, because in the 80s, you also got crack is whack. Never mind that in the 80s, all the upper-class white world were all snorting fucking cocaine.
And
crack is exactly the same as cocaine. It's like, okay, so you people in the ghetto who the CIA forced drugs on, stop doing all those drugs, guys. Stop. Just don't do drugs.
Like,
Coke's not a drug. Crack
classes.
Yeah, the DARE program.
DARE.
Yeah, we had a DARE officer at my school. That was still a thing.
Yeah, we had that, and oh god, and we had to take the promise to not smoke and not do drugs,
which we all totally adhered and held to, because none of us
to this day
has ever taken a recreational substance.
Ever.
Yeah.
Certainly not cocaine or heroin. I mean,
that's our next episode.
Yeah, the only white powder I do is the one on the Alps when I'm cutting the slopes.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonny
You're
Bono.
So cool.
Watch out for that tree.
Oh my god.
The tabloids had a picture of the fucking tree. It got you, babe.
God, I'll get you for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Nick Cage was actually really pleasant in all of this. He was very much in his element.
No, he was having a lot of fun doing his host segment. You know, he's on like this Alistair Cook type set. You know, there's a fireplace.
Yeah.
You know, there's like an old timey brandy bar and shit. He's in his suit. He's got his beard just so, you know, and you know, and he says shit and fuck.
Yeah.
And then he goes a breakdown
only
on
the way
Hollywood
he can.
actors and how many swears they say.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. And I did take
And
a little
apparently-
screenshot of that too. That was
Oh,
of
okay.
his results.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. I did
Apparently,
too.
70% of his swears were fuck words.
Yes. 71 fucks, 19% damn, 8% bitch, and 2% other swears. Like, cunt
I'm way
and
more than
pussy.
8% bitch.
Yeah.
100% bitch. You can't handle this, sister.
Oh.
And they
yeah.
discussed the MPAA some too.
Yeah.
Yes.
About when
you,
swearing took off in movies.
You know a lot about that.
Well, I'm the movie guy. You know,
Yeah.
I was officially the movie guy at Hollywood Video for 4 years. That's that was me graduating the School of Hard Knocks.
Jesus.
Oy
I'm just saying, when you get enough people who come into your face with bad breath and scream at you over the non-availability of a movie, what a rental costs, or their late fees, it changes you some.
Oh, I have no doubt. Yeah.
But so they break down the ratings on the thing, and I was actually kind of disappointed because they're talking about the history of the modern rating system and how it originally came about in 1968 because of Jack Valenti. But when they list the ratings, they list the modern ratings.
Yeah.
G, PG, PG-13, R, and NC-17. And in 1968, the ratings were different. They were G, GP, M for mature, and X.
And G stood
Brand.
for jeez.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. And GP turned into PG sometime in the early 70s, and M became R around the same time.
Yeah.
And PG-13 didn't get invented until 1984, prompted by movies like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
And that Tanya Roberts movie, Sheena, which they said, oh man, she's like almost naked the whole time. I can't stand it. Oh, we can't show this to the children who will not react to the nudity, unlike I am presently. Oy.
Oh, I saw a Buñuel movie in there too.
Oh yeah, they were talking about how Europe was eating their lunch because they were admitting
Yeah.
that sex existed. They showed Belle de Jour. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Good stuff.
Not my favorite Buñuel movie. I'd rather have like Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, or
I love that one.
you got the guy with his face rotted off and stuff like that,
Shit, yeah.
This is an endorsement, people. This is supposed to make you want to see it.
It's great stuff.
It's great stuff.
So
Tipper Gore's a cunt. That's my thesis.
Well, we also learned that that using swear words will or can increase your grip strength by about 5%.
Apparently.
How'd you gauge that one, Linda? Did you do some scientific experiments?
I was gonna say next time you're jerking it gently or punishing yourself, obliterating your bits.
Beating your meat
just
like it
keep
owes you
saying
money.
fuck. Fuck.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. And the next thing you know, the thing will turn black and blow up in your hand.
Cunting fuck.
Yeah, just up and do that. I don't know why you're hesitating right now at all. No.
Also, using swear words helps boost adrenaline and increases your pain threshold.
Yeah, Cage said that according to scientists, saying the word shit is almost as good for you as taking a shit.
I'd believe it.
And you need to take a shit.
Guess.
I mean, I've been like cursing my whole life, and like it's my like non-cursing is my second language.
That was your first words.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that was your first mistake.
I was gonna say, look at me now.
I love you come a long way, baby. I do love curse words. I kind of wish though that the swear word show had some detractors on it.
Yeah.
Because all the comedians and all the experts on there, they're really pro swearing. It's like, this is cool, but aren't we just jerking off if you don't have an alternate
Yes.
point of view?
Mm.
You really
like-
are,
like-
but
it doesn't have to be anything too extreme, like, I guess they could have some like Amish people and Mormons on there saying, "Oh, we can never say those words."
Well, Bullshit did that.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller's Bullshit. They had some people.
That's a better rounded show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some of the episodes, but these people they had mostly women. Preferred people say stuff like "gosh darn" and "golly gee."
I remember one time, way back in the day,
Like,
okay. Well, when we were kids, we had a friend over named Josh, and he would apologize when he said "dang it."
My fucking cousin Mike, when he became
precious.
a born-again dickhole, every time he said damn, even if he was driving, he would just look up to the sky and go, "I'm sorry." And I was like, motherfucker, look at the goddamn road.
God's like, "Are you sorry now?"
On our cousins.
We should.
You guys are like
We don't even
Gabe
have to
Kaplan
name
when you're
them. We just
fucking
say our
cousins, I
cousin.
they're all one.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's
They
what you
became
need to
one
do.
in the shunting.
You guys need to write a biography where you put all your cousins together as one person, and it'd be like the most horrifying book ever. You'd be like, "It can't be real! It can't be real!" Just make it into the ultimate boogeyman.
They tried to choke themselves. Oh man, yeah. I remember on when Bullshit covered it, they were talking about how I think one of the alternatives was "holy cow," but they were saying like "holy cow" is just as fucking offensive because it's making fun of religious faiths that hold the cow is like
Yeah.
But a
sacred
lot
or-
of people, a lot of people, these words are innocuous to them because they just come from their household and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, sometimes my dad would just throw around the term "bohunk," like it was idiot or something like that. And it was years before I realized,
I
like,
like that.
oh wait, that's aimed at what is that Hungarians? It's not a good word.
Oh,
Don't use
I didn't
it.
know. I didn't know that was a word.
It's an ethnic
Yeah.
fucking slur, like Polak.
Yeah.
No shit, really?
Yeah, you don't want
Woof.
to use bohunk. No.
Yowza.
It's like saying dago, it's like saying
Yeah.
wop. It's not
Every-
nice. Don't. If you were saying it, stop saying it. I guess is what I'm saying now, because that's not swearing.
Every
That's an
coast,
ethnic.
every
target thing.
generation, everyone has their own version of safe swears. And it's like when I dated a southern lady that was the crypt keeper for me, she
Yes,
had a
I
habit
think
of
I
instead
called
of
her
saying
your old lady.
instead of saying motherfucker, she would just say mother trucker. And another one was to say Jiminy Cricket. And they're things that still stick with me. And I kind of don't like it, but it is a good saver when you had to work jobs and customer service, talking to people, and suddenly something painful happens.
Yeah, no, actually, because of my time at Walgreens, I would say biscuit quite a bit. Son of a biscuit.
Yeah. I did that, and then when
That
like,
metamorphosized
I-
over time. I started saying sunshine biscuit flour for as an expletive.
If
Even-
something bad
yeah.
happens, like I hit my knee on something or whatever, I usually say balls. But like when I'm at work, I try to say stuff like butts.
Yeah.
But they were
Aw,
talking
butts.
about how like curse words live in a certain part of your brain.
Right.
And I was wondering if it's the same case for anything that anything taboo like using slurs or like also if you think
It's probably going to
that,
differ.
Yeah.
well, and if you think that a certain word is a swear, does it automatically go in that part of your brain? Is that where
probably.
that lives?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
would
because
think
I was
so.
going to say, like, because for slurs, there are people who will use them not in anger. They will just use them in casual
Yeah.
conversation. Where to them, an N-word,
That's like me.
to them, it's not even a dirty word. That's
Right.
just the word they apply to a group of people, which is terrible. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hearing them talk about that and the reaction your brain is supposed to have, it just reminded me of that scene in The Big Lebowski when one's like, I say the word vagina because it frightens you. I was like, does it?
it makes men uncomfortable.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ, man! I'm trying to help my lady friend conceive.
This is the
Yeah, I
optimal
think
position
they-
for conception.
Increases.
I think like I'm in that camp that like you were talking about where like you don't think about it as a swear word. Like I just say these things. Like
you do. You're terrible. We can't take you anywhere.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of Red Lobster that time.
Yeah,
No, but
they're like,
really,
hey,
though,
do you
like,
want
I've
cheddar
had-
biscuits, Linda? I'm like, sure, yeah. I want my. I'm like, oh my god.
I thought that was coming.
This is a Christian place, Linda. This is
What the shit's going on here with these goddamn bastard Cheddar Bay fucking biscuits? Give me some more of that Christing butter.
I mean, it's like become such a second nature to me that like, it's become my usual vernacular that like I've been called out a couple times when there are kids around.
Haven't we
We're also wearing
I
a
didn't fucking say anything. What are you talking about?
T-shirt that said, "How dare I wear this goddamn shirt in front of your fucking kids?"
Aren't me and Adrian the only ones that have gotten in trouble for calling little kids cunts?
Yeah, we were part of that landmark court case, remember?
Surely not.
Not that we've done that. I mean, I'm just doing a bit. Yeah.
Stubby little bastards.
They're just trying to take away your right to freedom of speech.
Yeah, fucking kids taking our jobs. Little bitches.
Little cunts. Oh, damn it.
You sawed off.
Here
you
we go
fucking taco
again.
drippings.
Taco drippings, everyone.
This is
But
what happens when you
they
don't
also,
treat VD. It turns into a human.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. But they were also talking about how versatile the word fuck is.
Yeah.
Because it's true. You can,
Well, they
you
did
can
that with
create
shit,
other
too.
words with it and phrases, huh? Oh, yeah. But I think like fuck is probably the most versatile. I mean, because it
shit's
can
pretty
mean
good.
so
Yeah.
many different things.
Well, I mean, you do the same with
And-
shit, though. I mean, you really
You know,
can't. It can
sometimes
be a
it's-
positive and negative. It can be for pain
Yeah.
or for pleasure, and same as fuck.
Although sometimes
Yeah,
it's
but-
fun to take the word combinations and subvert them, like to say "what the damn." Like that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
This is true.
It's true.
The first time I ever heard "what the shit," I stopped. It was like my heart stopped beating. I'm like, is that possible?
Like, why do they call it taking a shit when you're leaving a shit?
You're not taking it anywhere. Fuck that. Oh, but yeah, sadly, I don't know if I think you might have mentioned it on here that unfortunately they will not be covering our favorite.
Well,
word
there's always
content.
a possibility for a second season. I would fucking hope they would.
Yeah, and then
Otherwise,
the first
they
episode can
absolutely
be
pussied
called
out.
See you next Tuesday.
There you go.
Or they
There's
might
one thing
bring it
I
up,
was-
during pussy.
They may bring it up
even
during
that's a
pussy, and they
cop-out.
might have just put that all under the pussy banner because that's more acceptable. But still, fuck them for being pussies. But
Yeah.
I wanted to mention earlier while I was taking a shit after watching some of this, I reflected that there are certain swear combinations that you don't see as often anymore.
Yeah,
That are kind of like Dad's generation. Like, how often do you hear anybody say "fucking A" anymore?
really don't. Even
Yeah,
fuck
you
with
don't,
really
you
hear
know.
that often. It happens once in a while, but
You also don't hear people that often anymore say "or some shit."
yeah.
Like, what
I do
happened to that one, man?
too.
We're kind okay. For one thing, we're physically old. Like I
Yeah,
literally
that's
went
true.
to Total Wine yesterday and did not get carded.
That's a
And the
fine
checker
telling you,
was
though.
older than me.
I'm telling you, I think it's just because it's a kind mercy on Total Wine's part because they realize that everyone needs to be drinking right now.
I
Was
need
the
a compliment
older
right
woman
now.
that
That's what I
checked you
need.
out, was the older woman that checked you out, did she happen to be British or Scottish?
No, it was actually a dude who
Damn.
was only a couple years older than me.
Okay. All the women
Yeah.
here, they all either are British or Scottish at our Total Wine. And I'm just curious if that's
Really?
them importing
You know,
them over and
I
bringing
actually,
them to your shops.
I actually get over to the Total Wine like at least once a month, sometimes every couple of weeks, because I get
Yeah.
to get Collins Mix, and that's the only place I can get it. And I have yet to encounter an accented checker there.
Wow.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither. And I've gone quite frequently. I've got the rewards program.
I think it's just
You
that
know,
weird
they-
ass part of the state where you live, Donnie.
Well, I
They
love
have
it
an
because these
app.
women talk to me about tea
No,
all the
it's
time.
not a negative, you know, but
No.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Linda.
they have an app now where you can get like curbside pickup.
They've got an
That's what I
alphabet.
did last time.
Everyone's doing that now because the CHOVIDs.
Everybody's doing it.
That's
Fucking.
also from the. There was a plethora of really bad reviews for this show in its entirety.
Really?
And was
Yes.
this
Yeah.
were they all from the same reason?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I had to look
Alright.
and try to find some different ones because they all had the same point to make about this show.
Okay,
Well,
lay it on
hopefully
me.
they don't step on my feet and talk about the people behind it.
They will absolutely because it's just
Oh,
that's
should Linda let that cat out of the bag before you go on the
please
first
do.
reviews, though? We got a
so
nugget.
It was written by Bellamy Blackstone, who this is her first writing project, or at least the first credited one in IMDb. But she's mainly produced reality and game shows, like a lot of them. And it's directed and co-produced by Chris D'Elia, who's kind of problematic.
Or
he's-
problemagic? No? Okay.
He's been accused in 2020. He was accused of soliciting, or no, of exposing himself to, I think it was no fewer than 5 women, and in, I think it was early 2020, no, mid 2020, he was accused of grooming underage girls online and soliciting nudes from them.
So he just got their hair
is-
real nice in time for a pageant?
yeah. I was gonna say, he just wanted to be a hairdresser.
Aw.
Picking nits off them?
Well, it's like, it's really
I take it those 5 women
Ironic?
weren't urologists.
No.
I know.
Okay.
It was really kind of ironic because he was in a show, well, I think the second season of You on Netflix, and he was playing a pedo that was grooming a young girl. So,
Well, Linda,
called
that clearly
research, people.
explains
Imitates
the whole
life.
thing. Yeah, this is just a big old research related misunderstanding.
Just trying to get into character and understand.
He just borrowed
Just trying
Jared
to
from
understand his
Subway's
motivations.
laptop. That's all.
Oh. But it was funny because listeners, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't use the word funny, but
use it again.
before we were recording, the boys were talking about grooming. And I was like, I said, well, it's funny, you should mention grooming. And then, ironically, before we started recording, like right before we started recording, Jane and I were talking, and she said that she was having a conversation with her boss, who said something like he wants to groom her to become partner, and she said, I don't
It's
think
so-
I'd use the word grooming, and she had to explain to him what grooming
It's so
means.
weird that has become a dirty word because it's just like, no,
Because
no, no,
that's
I
the
just want my dog
generation
to
we
look
live
nice.
in. That's
Wait,
how
what now?
people are now. It's not so much the generation, it's just that's the time we live in.
It's like everything has to have the most negative or creepy possible connotation.
Yes.
They hear
Yes.
sunshine on my shoulders is like, that man is a terrible rapist. That sunshine he was referring to was none other than underage genitals.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
exactly.
underage vaginas.
Sunshine's
One
just
sunshine
a special
over
code
my
word for it.
shoulder. Two sunshine over my shoulder.
Well, I think you'll be happy to know that no, my stuff did not in any way overlap your topic of why people might
Oh,
hate
okay.
this.
Oh,
They
so it
all
wasn't
had
because
a
this is child
joined
rape.
reason.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. First,
The
a
guests?
dissertation. It
right.
started out strong, had decent bits, but the charm wears off after a while, and you can start to see a lot of issues with the show. Main issue, in my opinion, was the hypocrisy about racism and sexism on certain words, but not on the flip side of other words. Really highlights only a few voices, but doesn't really give a balanced view in some episodes. It was
Oh, that's what
supposed to
Adrian
be.
was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be a comedy series, and unfortunately, you lose the real good comedy after the first episode. Also, some of the words chosen to do in an episode, I feel didn't really fit the bill, or should have been combined with other words to allow for better content. They definitely drone on about certain words or topics for far too long, and it gets to the point it isn't even funny. In summary, if you're curious, watch the first episode. I wouldn't recommend anything past that unless you want diminishing returns on humor. If you like activism versus humorous education, you found a great show. Now,
Okay.
oh, that's the lightest of the reviews. Some of them used very naughty
that's
language.
just the local. Now we're really going in.
Kind of. Again, I tried finding ones that didn't repeat the same goddamn thing. But
Oh, that's hard.
let's
Yeah.
see. I lasted 6 minutes and 14 seconds of the first episode. Maybe I could have handled a 20-minute delirious monologue by Coppola's nephew himself, but not this hipsterville nonsense. Now, and lastly, not sure if it was by accident or by design, but in every single episode, they pointed out how an African-American artist was responsible for making swear words popular and more acceptable. Kind of made me feel like only minorities were uncouth enough to bring swear words to the masses.
What?
That one's a little loaded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, they did not make
These-
that case with fuck, by the way.
No, I'm not
At
even
all.
joking that a majority, like 80% of these fucking reviews, they
Racial?
all kind of, no, they're not racial. They all touch on the one thing that will not go away from Funny or Die, which is SJW liberal bullshit. And how these people, apparently in the next few episodes we're going to get into, because these people really don't like how they handle things, they just all talk about how it's getting down on words like bitch and things like pussy. And these comedians trying to act so cool, like, hey, look, we're saying these words. Isn't that so cool? We're saying it so often. It's just so casual. Haha. And then also downplaying other words. So it's like, hey, it loses its meaning. It's no longer harmful. It's actually good for you. And just going into a lot more of what they do with, again, just adding in an SJW spin to these things. That's how
Yeah.
they're reading into it. For me, it's something that there's certain things on Funny or Die that are hilarious. Like a lot of their earlier
Green
shit was
Team.
just downright fucking hilarious. But then there's
Yeah, they have a
others
lot of
where
shit,
it's
for sure.
definitely a one-sided thing and you're coming off being more pretentious than anything else. And a lot of
Well-
the people they use in their skits, they're kind of pretentious to begin with.
Well, a lot of people
yeah.
these days are unable to separate their politics from their humor.
Oh, absolutely. But
you know,
also
like-
a lot
like,
of
I
actors
figure
and
anything's
comedians
fair
feel
game
that
for
that
humor,
has to
but-
define them. And it's one of those you don't need to give your opinion on those. You can just do the funny.
Yeah, it's not always necessary to weigh in on whether or not you approve of a thing. believe it or not.
No. I mean,
Even
even
though-
that's
I disagree.
Well, we're
I
people on
know
the
you
internet who
do.
bitch about things, but you know, you really don't
Yeah.
always have to weigh in.
no.
It's like, you know what, human trafficking, it's not good. It's, in fact, it's pretty bad. You might even say terrible, tragic, it's like a Holocaust in itself. I will
Yeah.
laugh at a joke about it.
Yes. That's what I mean. It's like just having a joke be a joke and laughing at it instead of having to go, oh, that's just naughty. I shouldn't laugh at that. And just trying to make it like your shit doesn't stink. It's like, fuck you. That the whole
Yeah,
point
well,
of humor is to
exactly.
laugh at yourself and to laugh at horrible shit going on around you. If not, you're just sinking into this whole stupid shit mode of there's nothing for us. There's no reason to be here. When we die, we just rot into the soil and there's nothing else pointful to this. We just have to wallow in our sadness. And you should not be of the bad people mind. You should be of the people that just believe we have to agree on the same thing. You can't have a different opinion. Fuck that. You need to have different opinions because otherwise
Yeah.
you don't have discussions. Instead, people have
Well,
arguments instead of discussions.
is,
and that's sad.
This is actually why I kind of appreciate Whoopi Goldberg now more because
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
she's actually proved to be far more expansive on these subjects, and more mindful, I believe, than a
that's-
lot of
yeah.
other modern humorists.
Absolutely, but even more still now, it's like that's something kind of funny that my dad, Linda, and I we could never agree with a lot of things with our dad because he vehemently would stand by certain things he believed or things that you're just like, I can't believe you believe these things. But
he was a nice fellow and tragic.
Yeah, he really was. But it's like he did not care for anything Whoopi Goldberg had to say because he unfortunately bought into a lot of things which other people do, which is you have to label people something. You have to label them as part of a group, a part of a political alignment.
Yeah.
And as soon as you do that, you immediately write off anything that person says because you're like, oh God, I don't want to hear what this person had to fucking say.
Well, that's a lot like my grandfather.
It's so stupid because this happened with Whoopi. We're like, oh yeah, she's one of us. She's really on our side. But the moment she started defending that some women need to be slapped because you're not immune from this and you can't say shit without expecting to get slapped for it, they're like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're not one of us. It's like, look, it's just a fucking fact of life. If I say something stupid that's going to get me slapped and I say it because I think no one's going to do anything to me, he's like, that's my fucking fault.
Yeah, there's a big difference between that and saying men should slap women. Like, they're not the same thing.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But people don't see that differentiation now. It's all, you have to be this way and you can't be another way.
We have very little nuance these days. Unfortunately, it's very polarized.
But it's kind of sad because it's like, that's what tied in what they're saying with these curse words, like how they became things you shouldn't say now, but we were so comfortable in the past with saying them. And
what were you going to say, Linda?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for like freedom of speech and like I'm okay with people letting their opinions be known and even if it's, you know, controversial, as long as you're not hurting anybody or like influencing somebody to hurt somebody else, you know, go for it. But you know, like fucking James Woods is like I find his politics and his
we don't talk about
politics,
his politics.
I find them absolutely abhorrent, and he's just like a terrible fucking person. And Adam Baldwin, I think he's really annoying too, but at the same time, like, I love their acting and I'm not going to stop watching their
You're saying
movies.
that Adam Baldwin really is that character he played in Death Kiss?
Yeah,
he didn't even know he was in that movie.
You did stop watching Firefly. You actually told me it was because of his shit that you're just like, you can't enjoy the show now. But our dad was the exact same way. Yeah, you said that a few years back to me when I was telling you that they're putting out a special version of it. You're like, no, you can't watch it because he really ruins it for you.
No, I didn't. I've watched all the Firefly shows. I loved it, and
yes, you did.
I love his acting.
After he started coming out, because you were talking about how this is one of those cases where you find out your heroes are shitty people because you actually enjoyed the character until he started coming out about being a gun nut. And I was like, I agree.
I was saying that like
he
ruins it for me, like to a certain aspect, because knowing that he's just like, I think that like he's a shit person, but still he's a good actor.
I think all people
I'm not
are
gonna
shitty
stop
people.
watching Firefly. Although fucking Disney's got Firefly now.
Well, the sad thing is because of political alignments and alliances people have with that, because they like to have that idea, they have those. Once you come out as part of a political party, you're either embraced and given more work or you're shunned and not. It's like, that's why you don't see many James Woods and Baldwin movies now. You see the other ones doing more movies. But it's like they also put themselves in holes by saying shit that you would believe coming out of fucking Alex Jones. Because goddamn.
I mean, you know, that's freedom of speech, is accepting the consequences of what you said.
Yeah.
So like if you yell cunt in a crowded theater. It was fun being 15 and just saying these words and feeling so liberated, and there being no consequences for your actions in a world that was vast and infinite, and it could absorb everything you did. And now we're like around 40 and shit.
I know. Now it's just like our fucking language. But do you guys remember when you first realized that you could type boobs in on the calculator?
8008.
Well, you know, I wasn't smart enough to come up with that on my own. You know, I wasn't the cleverest student. I actually needed to be shown that by the valedictorian of my math class.
And when you'd look up bad words and like genitalia in the dictionary or encyclopedia.
Now, kids at home, when we were young, this was the 90s. The internet was only for Sandra Bullock back then. So for certain things, you had to either be lucky enough to get an edition of National Geographic or find it in the dictionary and use your imagination. It was like climbing trees. We were like Scout, like having an adventure with Boo Radley.
Where we actually had to go to the library.
What was it called? It was Encyclopedia Britannica on CD. That was our original.
We only had A.
Encarta.
We were so deprived.
Yes, Encarta.
There was Encarta.
Oh,
and back in my day, we had to go to the library for reports because you needed a bunch of citations.
I remember in 1998, my fucking biology professor was the first one to start requiring internet sources because he could see the fucking future and shit. Never mind that a lot of the kids didn't have that, and the school internet left something to be desired. And back then I was like, fuck the internet. I ain't never using that newfangled shit. Fuck you, old man, and your
That
beard.
sounds like you.
Go get it. Yeah, I know I said that.
term
And so I blatantly
of
took
cussing.
I took the grade loss. I didn't care,
Going back into cussing, I still remember grade 7, because this is before me and Linda moved from Southern California to Northern California. I pissed off, like literally pissed off our art teacher because I was constantly fucking around and just making Beavis and Butthead jokes with my friends and just dicking off in class. And we were doing screen printing, and she came over and she's like, look, I'm in no mood for your guys' shit today. You are seriously pissing me off, Donnie. I need you to stop and get your shit together. And I'm just like, you're the first teacher to say that to me. This is awesome.
It's funny you should mention that because the biology teacher I mentioned was one of the first teachers I dealt with who would freely swear.
God damn.
He was still a dickwad, though. You'd think it would be the cool teachers doing that, but it just turned out it was the shitheads who couldn't control themselves.
Yeah.
Like the teacher I had from South Africa.
Yes, my cool teacher in high school, Miss Minnick, my English teacher, who was she was cool and she would say swear words. And one time my friends and I, we brought in some flavored, I don't know, is some sexy thingy that we probably got from Spencer's, edible,
very likely
whatever.
Spencer's.
Edible dildo.
And she saw it and we're like, oh, sorry. And she was like, I'm a newlywed. I know what that is. She's like, you're not going to shock me. Oh man, she was awesome. Wow. But anyway,
Afternoon delight.
Fucking shit.
So, listeners, for the record, we're all really old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've well established that.
I don't know,
Adrian
just
don't
you
hear
guys.
so well. We all don't hear so well.
I'm young. I'm hip. I'm with it.
Well, mentally,
I know what the kids are talking about these days.
Mentally, I'm still 15, but apparently my body disagrees with that notion quite vastly.
Linda uses a cane to get around, but she has one of the canes with a mirror on the bottom, and she giggles a lot.
What are you giggling at, Linda? Nothing.
I like it when they got them loose pants.
I love the summertime.
Yeah, you think those are sunglasses she's wearing, but they're infrared.
Yeah.
I like to go around the jogging tracks, stand next to guys in loose shorts.
She likes to go to Target and point out to women, like, someone's underwear's on the floor. It's like, oh my God, it's mine.
How'd that happen? Then she tells them about the popsicle she's got in her pocket.
Store and not even acknowledging them.
Yeah, how do you think I met Carlo?
Because that 30-second fart you let rip was pretty amazing, Linda. Oh, thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, would it scare you to know it came from the front butt?
I do love that term, front butt.
2016 was the darkest year ever for many reasons.
I actually met Carlo by asking. I said, "Hey, if I said you had a pretty hot body, would you dress up as Mr. Peanut and do me in the changing room?"
You got any fries with that shake?
Love at first sight. So, do y'all have any wisdom? Cagey wisdom?
Shit is just a word, and doctors say shit, and restaurants will serve me some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie?
Trust in what Cage tells you in the fuck episode, because those famous last words were actually true.
Yeah, what?
Yes.
My wisdom, I guess, would be a two-parter. Going back to what I said earlier, you may want to try swearing the whole time you're jerking it or flicking it. And also, just swear. It helps you be healthier and stronger, and makes you superhuman. Yeah. So just
it actually might make you a hero. You can be
say that
swear
fucking shit.
person.
And say twat more. That one needs to come back.
What? Remember we coined the phrase cunting back in or the term
twatting. Remember we had a
that's right,
classmate who was
twatting.
twatting.
Cunting.
Yeah.
Cunting belongs in The Exorcist.
Yeah, no, William Peter Blatty's genius penned that. No, we did twatting. We had a certain classmate who needed to stop her twatting. She was an older hippie lady who would pontificate at length, and there was another hippie in the class, and they were at war. They hated each other so
They
much.
really
Didn't Kirstie Alley coin the phrase twatter? For when she was twittering all the time, she called herself a twatter.
Nice.
I like it.
I didn't see all
think
the
she's another
I'm
one of
asking
those
you because
celebrities.
you used to watch that show. You watched all of her show, and you brought up that this was years
okay,
back.
I
It was
don't
20 years ago.
I don't agree with her politics, but that's another great example because I fucking love Overweight Actress. It's fucking hilarious. It's gold. It's just pure fucking gold.
So smash that like button.
Yeah, and subscribe. I guess this is the time
Ring
where I
that
say
bell.
please. Listen, follow, rate, and review Cage's Kiss on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser, and all the other platforms, especially on Apple Podcasts, because it helps us immensely. And check out our stuff on YouTube, and hit that, or was it smash that subscribe button down below. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Cage's Kiss. Not to sound anonymous.
I'm gonna sound anonymous now. You don't know me.
I'm not Linda. I'm just some person who walked in.
I'm Admiral.
You don't know me.
That's not Linda backwards.
God.
You're not supposed to tell them. Actually, I had a couple of friends who called me Adnil back in high school because it was like Nilbog. But not to sound ominous, there I go, or hippopotamus either. But the end is nigh for Cage's Kiss.
No.
So help us while you can. Go ahead and get on in that Patreon because there's not much time left. Remember, you could find
And you
Cage's
can
Kiss
listen
on...
to all 100 episodes all over again. It's good for you.
Ooh, this is episode 101.
Yeah.
Having fun. Remember, you can find Cage's Kiss on Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram at Cage's Kiss. You can visit our website at cageskiss.com, and you can write to us at cageskiss@gmail.com. Only send us dick pics if you're wiggle worthy. Check out my other podcast about witches and history and stories of all media, bed knobs, and broom flicks. Also, check me out as Lila in Dispatches of a Disassociation and as Patrice and Lieutenant Murphy in Coyote's Bluff. They are out now, so check it out. It's fucking awesome, and it was a lot of fun to be part of. Adrian, what you got going on?
Oh, hell. You can still find me on deviantart.com and on patreon.com as Leo the Fox, LeoTheFox, all lowercase, all run together, all one word. I am
Leo
posting the artworks. You can look at my artworks. In fact, something just went up today, the day of the recording. Maybe on the day of the posting, too.
Oh my.
Something just went up, huh?
It was a picture, and it didn't even have any naked people in it this time. Get off my case.
Were you swearing?
Get out of my fucking case already, God.
Did you sit on your dick so you could do the reverse stranger?
You can also check out my goddamn
That's why I'm
fucking
wiggling.
Goodreads under the same thing. Shit fuck ass. I also have a YouTube channel under AA Smith. Goddamn it, cunt fuck.
That's what it's called. Adrian's
Donnie, where the shit are people gonna find your goddamn crap?
Mage's
outside
piss.
the fucking Arby's digging through the trash. You can also find me on the Coyotes Bloof with my sister. I'm also Unreal Goals on the Twitter. Dilgar the Twi'lek or Twi'lek in Progress on Instagram. I don't fucking care. I'm also the boy who fucking blew over on Pornhub. And I've got Wisdom in the shitting bottle. And I'm going to be reviewing and posting very soon because I scraped 4 fucking episodes about the Terminator franchise, because why the fuck not? And that's about all I've got going on in my sad, miserable life.
You know what's another good swear word? Santorum.
Oh,
Santorum is the jizz that comes back out of the butt after it got fucked.
That's right.
That makes me think of Donnie digging through the trash in Arby's. Like, oh, sweet, a gently used condom.
Yes,
Or is it
exactly.
horsey sauce?
that
Who
for
can
later.
tell?
We're going to find out. It's almost as salty.
Just one of those surprise flavors. Yeah, it's
Both of
jam-packed
my
with
eyes.
Tonight.
In case you didn't hear it before, a long time ago, Adrian and I came up with the reverse stranger, where you sit on your dick
You
until
get your
it
dick
falls
numb.
asleep.
Then it feels like you're jerking off
supposed
somebody
to-
else.
It's who am I jerking off?
Yeah, we drove William up the wall where we did the one about the dog giving him something stranger where he gets his tongue numb. Who's licking me? Who's licking me?
That's right.
I'm the best boy.
Best fuck boy.
This is amazing.
So what are they going to hear us in next?
You'll be hearing from us next week when we cover episodes 3 and 4 of the history of swear words, which will be covering some shit.
Bitch. Bitch is the first one. I know that. Fucking
Yeah.
bitch.
Oh yeah, bitch,
Yeah.
bitch,
Back off! Back off, bitch!
And
Bitch
that falls
and
dick.
dick.
Bitch
Yeah.
and dick,
Yeah.
everybody. Bitch and dick. They go together like ebony and ivory.
Oh my.
Don't watch this series on
But,
Netflix. Just listen to us. We're going to give you the blow by blow here. You're going to get the high points.
Without all the racism.
Yeah, now with 30% less racism.
That's our official sticker.
Easy E invented swearing.
Because all the celebrities, they're funny. They're funny enough, but they won't stop using the N word. What is up
All
with
the
that?
time.
And they keep saying, yeah, but Hitler did have some good ideas. I thought that was really strange.
Mentioning his
What
painting
does
with
that
the
have to
word
do with
fuck
shit?
in the middle. I mean, it's pretty ominous.
Oh,
We're more
shit.
inclusive. But yeah, you can stream them on Netflix. So have fun with that.
Yeah. Until then, fuck your mother.
What's that got to do with my cut?
Peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Please.